Get your safety mask.
Where's your safety, sir?
You need it.
Solar eclipse.
That didn't happen. Family left me when they started realizing how long this is gonna be cut.
Don't hit my car.
That is a hell of a lot lower. Come on, let's show the good old folks what we got going on. It's gonna look like it never happened. It doesn't work. Instructions, we don't need those on. Woo, scared myself. A moment of truth. Now in the last video, guys, we were trying to figure out on how we were going to make all of this stuff fit. Come here. It's different because, you know, we're trying to get them involved now, learning how to do stuff. Plan of attack for this video. We're going to get all of the framework done. We have to modify this to make clearance to drop the engine down, and then after we modify this, it'll clean it up. We gotta redo the motor mounts, and then after we redo the motor mounts and get that where we want it, then we gotta do the cross member and try to set that up in place. And then once we get all that done, we'll probably even start building the headers this fall. That's gonna be.
Can you repeat everything he just said?
Rebuild motor mounts.
See, he got half of it. So
Not even half. That's like a quarter.
For me, that's half for him. No, not radiation.
Radiator.
It's a radiator. Bro. The first thing we gotta do is we gotta get this body up in the air, and then we'll actually have some room.
The body's now up in the air.
He has the worst dad jokes, but it's like the best because they're the worst.
You're gonna be a good dad one day. You will be a good dad.
One day.
Don't hit my car. My car. Yes, that's. Look it. Read it. It says my wife's car. See it?
That didn't happen.
And that's how you know he can't drive a manual.
So right here is where the line is at. So we're gonna draw a line in this frame right here. Just put a line, and then what we're gonna do is we gotta cut this. This is completely gonna be gone, and then we got other motor mounts that are on their way, and we gotta chop this up and take this completely out, and then that way we'll start working on this one. And then after we get this where we want it, we can lower the motor mounts where we want it. But this is where, so we don't lose where we're at, we gotta put a line right here, guys.
And how is the motor gonna hold?
When we cut it, it's still gonna be stuck in between the frame. It's not like we're taking out the motor mounts. We're leaving everything in. It's just we gotta cut it and then just let it slide down. That's all it's doing. So it's still.
But what if it slides all the way down?
And the furthest it'll go is the floor, but it's not going that far because it has a jack. There you go. Hold on. Get your safety mask.
Safety. Yay!
Where's your safety, sir?
You need it.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Solar eclipse.
Lord, do you understand how much of a back break that is? Actually,
Oh, that hot.
that's what I was saying. Not to die.
Sorry, I didn't even know that.
You have to like scream it so she can hear you.
Stop! Oh, the blade broke in there. We got one bracket off. Now we have no more blades. Sounds like this is gonna be a long week for me.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'll be back from the store where I'll finish this, and I guess I'll be finishing all the cutting.
Sunny days, no clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me 'cause I'm gonna be on break.
How do I get stuck with the harder jobs? I should switch with you.
I got the hard job.
Yeah, tolerating me.
That's
pretty
Try to put up.
Yeah, if you ask my wife, man, that is a pretty hard job. There you go. Literally. Let go. Not being a brat.
Take it easy. Look at that.
There you go. Look, we just made a bunch of room now.
Bunch of room.
A whole lot of room. Whole lot of room. Don't worry, that's all gonna get cleaned up, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's funny is?
What's that?
My family left me when they started realizing how long this is gonna be to cut. They are gonna come back to welding. But now, we got this done. We can lower the engine. Well, no, we still can't lower the engine. You know why? Because we gotta cut the
Cut the
motor
mounts. So you gotta cut the mounts off.
I wish I really had a plasma cutter. Guys, subscribe so I can get a new videographer.
I never.
I really do need a plasma cutter right now. This would be so much faster. You want to have some fun in cutting? I'll let you. You know what? I'll let you do the honors. Go ahead. You're gonna get something to support this front motor mount or the front hump, so that way when you cut it, it doesn't just fall everywhere.
That's half the fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, the first is gonna go is right here. You know, it ain't gonna go that far.
That's half the fun. What
That
do you
is
mean?
true. Ah, you know what? Go ahead. Start
Danger.
cutting.
No.
Start cutting. You're good. There she wrote. Looks good though. Oh yeah, that's right. It's recording. You guys are recording. Look at how much lower that is. That is a hell of a lot lower. We're gonna be going with a different set of motor mounts. We're waiting to hear back from those folks too, so give me 2 seconds. But we're making progress. That's a good thing. Come on, let's show the good old folks what we got going on.
It's cool how it felt.
So we got all of this already chopped up, peoples. We have the cross member where we want it. The engine is sitting as low as I think we could probably push it. And we ordered up our new motor mounts with our new plates. It's like a whole little system, and we're waiting for it to come in. Now, it's shipping from California, and they're overnighting it to us, so shout out to the folks at KMF, but we cannot do anything else. All I can do now is...
Make it look pretty.
Yeah, just make it look pretty and prep everything. So I'm not gonna weld this up yet until we have everything 100% in its place, but I have to clean up all this nastiness because...
He did a bad job cutting.
You were the one cutting.
I didn't do this.
You were the... Roll the camera.
No, you and Ro did that.
Okay, we're gonna have to just grind it all down, and then once we get it all ground down, we can wait till hopefully tomorrow it comes early in the morning, and then we can take care of this. And they're gonna have to take off now for school stuff, and I'm gonna stay here. And after I clean this up, I'm gonna see if I can also build a custom crossbeam, but you won't be here for me to show them that. So.
Okay.
Now, usually I cut out a lot of the work, but guys, this was just way too satisfying. And plus, I had so many hours, I needed to include this footage so you guys can see. At least we had Lonzo stepping in to help knock this thing out. So it didn't take as long as if I would have done it myself. Thank God. There you go. That was the money shot right there.
That took a long time.
Literally. All right, so this is the deal. This is a cross member that I bought way back when, and with my setup that I got going on, it's not gonna work. But because I know I won't get my money back, what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it right here and try to repurpose it with the new mount that we have, and pretty much take what we can from this and take what we can from the other one and then make one nice one. And then after it fits perfectly, we'll take it, sandblast it, powder coat it, and it's gonna look like it never happened.
That's the perfect idea, because then we, if we weren't to custom do it, we'd have to fabricate 45s, another 45 and then 90 straight up, whereas this already has everything and it's thick. I don't know.
Yeah, as you're saying it, I'm just thinking of those math things in your
Oh,
head.
yeah.
Yeah, screw that. Cut it, line it up, weld it, send it on home. Boom, baby! 3 degrees. Now, if everything works like it should, once we get our motor mounts that are on their way, they should be arriving today, we could figure out where exactly everything's gonna sit, because, well, we only have the cross member, but I pushed it up. Everything is looking nice and lined up. You guys can see that line. That's even. Same thing on the other side. Now, once we get the motor mounts in, we could build our custom mounts that are gonna mount to the outside of this, and it's gonna look freaking sick. Pretty much what they did on the Ford where they mounted on the inside, I'm doing the opposite and mounting it on the outside, and I think it's gonna work freaking sick. So we gotta go pick up some metal and then wait for our motor mounts to come in, and then we'll start from the front and then go to the back. But so far, it's looking good, and we have the right pitch and the right degrees. Now, as far as for header clearance, yeah, that's gonna be another story. All right, so The last time I talked with you guys, we were getting everything set up and we were waiting for our motor mounts. Now, I have to say disclaimer, UPS dropped the ball big time because we're a day behind. We paid for overnight shipping, they messed up, and now we're getting it today. Good news is though, we got a lot of work done on the all-wheel drive. What is this guy doing, bro? I'm just trying to get this. Sorry. Alright, so I want to give a huge shout out to KMF because they did their part on making sure we got these things. They got it out, they got it shipped out within an hour after me making the payment. So, huge shout out.
And they even texted you to ask if you opened it yet.
Yeah, they just texted me like, hey, did you open it? I'm like, I'm going, brother, I'm going. So, I don't know what this is. Probably
Certification.
instructions. We don't need those ones. You need that. Yeah, we gotta show them the pan because this is like, we'll do the pan because it's like one of the prettiest things. So, because of we're lowering it so much, we need a custom oil pan. And honestly, guys, like,
That's pretty deep too.
yeah, it's nice, bro. This is, they got
Kind
these-
of looks like our that one.
Now, this setup is, we still can powder coat it. They squeezed us in and they got this done in a day. They were like in the process of making it. And they seen our video and when I spoke with him, he said, dude, I got you. We'll make sure we ship it out in a day. So, huge shout out to them. Like,
What color are we powder coating it?
I
Black?
have no freaking clue yet. It looks so nice, I probably don't even want to powder coat it.
It does look really nice.
It looks nice the way it is, right? Aluminum doesn't rust.
It depends on what color we're going with the car, because you don't want that just to be like the one shiny object and everything
Well,
else.
they actually make some custom metal valve covers for the, James told me, for the Predator engine. So we might go ahead and change the valve cover so you have some shiny going on. I don't know yet, because I'm not really, this ain't chrome, this is aluminum. It's different.
Still looks like chrome to
No,
me.
it does not look like, does this look like chrome to you?
It's a little
Thank you. One for the guys. Now, these are the motor mounts. Now, they make sure they powder coated. They're back order right now, on a national back order. They are making them, but right now it's like a few weeks out. And he had one set for us. Well, he had one set for a friend. And he said, hey, my friend's not gonna need it for another month and a half. It looks like you're ready to put them on. So this part already comes powder coated like a wrinkle finish.
Actually, it's pretty
Actually pretty freaking dope. I like that, right?
Oh, it looks like the pitting. Like it looks
Yeah.
like pitting, and in the pitting
Yeah,
they
it looks
have
like the frame.
kind of. That's how you should do the frame,
I
probably.
didn't do a frame like this. I gotta ask them what they did to get this.
It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really freaking dope thing. So the way this
So
works
that goes
is,
onto
so
that?
this bolts onto the engine, I think this way. I want to say it bolts onto the engine like this. They actually make it to where it has so much freaking clearance, bro. Like,
I can tell the slots.
they have slots so that you can set it where you want it. See, who needs directions, bro? I know what I'm doing.
You do. Watch it be like backwards.
I don't think that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it does.
Is it really?
Yeah, and then this goes in here like this. So then, or this would go like this. Yeah. So
Can we just read directions?
no, I don't need directions. I know what I'm doing. Listen, I got this. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm the guy that sees it. I was like, oh, okay, I see it this way. They made sure they left this open so you could shift the engine back.
Yeah.
And then with the slot that's in here, it's just, I think it's the powder coating. I want to say it's the powder coating. Yeah, it's gonna still take a little bit of work, so just give me 2 seconds to like mock this up. And then once I have everything in place, you guys kind of see what we're going for. Putting an engine in is never 2 seconds. I don't care what anyone says. And when you're trying to fit everything up, you need to make sure that you do it and you measure 7 times and cut once, because once you put it in, to take it all back apart is even more work. We're finally ready to lay down some tack welds. After like 2 days of fitting everything up. Come here, look at, show them. Look at the mounts. So the way I figured this stuff out, we have all of the measuring, both of the mounts. So one side, it sits kind of offset, but
One side's tighter than the other.
yeah. And so this side, we're gonna have to put a plate, which, ready for myself. So this thing right here, I already prepped it up. The old new cross member that we were gonna use for this setup, but unfortunately, it doesn't work. But luckily, it's not just a paperweight. We managed to make something out of it. See, it slides right, like literally snug right here. So the game plan is attack the plate to the frame, so then that mount will weld to the plate, and then weld it all up, and that way it'll be strong, perfect, the offset is just mint. And then back here,
So why is there a gap though in the first place?
well, because the way we're trying to set it up, the rear diff is set up to the back on like it's offset. So we're trying to follow that offset for the drivetrain.
Oh, for it
And
to go
doing
straight
that,
instead of-
Yeah, if I want to center the motor, I can use the mount, but then it's sending
The
it
shaft
off.
is
It's
gonna-
not completely lined up with the rear end. So we didn't want that. Also, after I get everything tacked up, we gotta make, well, after we get that tacked up, the next thing after that is going to be our cross member. Oh, right here is gonna be our cross member. We're going with an OEM Ford cross member, and we gotta build custom mounts to be able to have it just connect to the frame and just more custom stuff. But then after we finish building that or getting the mock-up, we're finally gonna be, for the first time on the channel, building some custom headers.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be tight. I don't even want
As,
to.
like you said, the first time on the channel, not the first time you've tried it.
So let's not talk about the first time I tried. That was years ago when I didn't.
I think
know
it was
how to
like
weld.
2 years into like you
Just
actually
learning-
knowing how to work
I knew
on
how to
cars.
weld.
I know.
And I just-
But that's what I'm saying. It was 2 years into you learning how to work on cars. You
Yes.
tried to make headers.
I was very optimistic. But we're building some custom headers for our Bronco. But first, we need to tack these pieces up, build our cross member, and then we'll worry about headers maybe tomorrow. But for now, we got to get this done today so that tomorrow morning when Lonzo comes, he's gonna be like, yeah,
You need sleep too.
yeah, whenever that'll eventually come. All right, let's start welding. All right, we have a little bit of a problem, guys. Yeah, I can't do anything with the cross member until I change our oil pan because it's hitting the differential, not letting me drop the transmission or engine any further. It's like perfectly flat. Look at how close this is to 0.4. Like that's, now we got to tilt it just a little bit back so that everything just has a better flow going to the rear diff. But in order to do that, I got to take the oil pan out, put the new oil pan that they sent us. Didn't want to have to take it out while I'm doing all this work, but that's the only way we're gonna be able to cover this engine while we're working. So, and I didn't even get to show you guys. Look at how nice. Yeah, I'm not taking this out the plastic wrap until we actually go to run everything, but yeah, this is nice. Where are we at here? Woo, scared myself. Look at the clearance on that. There we go. Now we got plenty of freaking room. Shout out to the guys at KMF again. Man, that is a really, really nice oil pan. I think it's the only one on the market that actually works where whether you have it high or super freaking low like we got it, it will work. So now we should be able to drop the transmission down and not have any clearance issues and actually get everything in place. You see that right there? It's reading 0.2. We got to get that to 3 degrees. So I'm on the money. I stopped that right on the money. Let's freaking go. So that's 3 degrees. That's where we want it. The only issue that, I'm not going to say it's an issue, but it's going to be pretty tight when we try to build our headers tomorrow. I'm just putting that disclaimer right now. I don't know how we're going to do it. We could go log style, I guess, which I'll explain all that tomorrow. But we're first going to try to do tube headers before we do log style. So fingers crossed we can figure it out. But you see that right there? That's what you want. That is a million freaking times better. I'm freaking happy with that. All right, now let's start building that cross member mount. It's 5:45 in the morning. I went to bed at 2:30 working on this freaking truck. And I have no words, but we are making headway. That's right, ladies and gents. We actually can fit some Gen 2 Coyote motor mounts in, or Coyote headers in here. They actually fit. Now, the other side, it's not as nice as this side. It's a little bit tighter. I'm gonna have to figure something else out because it was hitting the mount right here. The other side's complete. This side's not complete, but I'm sure when Lonzo gets here, he's gonna be like, wait, what? And the good thing is also we have the templates for the trans cross member. We have it sitting where we want it, but I got kind of tired, so here he is. It's so dark outside. What's going on, bro? Dude, guess what time I went to bed last night?
I'm gonna guess that you didn't.
No, I went to bed around 2:45. Remember the manifolds that I had on here that James brought me? The Gen 2s actually fit.
No way, dude.
Like legit.
How much clearance did you
Look at
Dude, this is perfect.
Yeah, like you couldn't. Yeah.
I was so nervous about the clearance.
And then the other side, I have to build the actual. This side, I want to figure out something better because I'm not liking it. It's a lot tighter on the other side, but at least it fits. Well, I have to build still the other two pipes going this way because he had cut all that up. But we already got headers on this thing happening, bro. Like,
And then I see you. Did you weld in?
yeah, you don't see the jack, not there. The jack's not holding it no more. We're rocking, and we just
that's a huge part of the progress.
I know you was.
I was not expecting you to have done that much done. I was hoping you would.
That's another reason why I was trying to get this done, so then that way we can show some love back to the all-wheel drive like we were doing yesterday.
Yeah, however you want to do it.
It's pretty crazy to think last week we didn't even know where we were going to place the motor to now this week we figured out the motor mounts, we got a new custom oil pan, we have already one of the headers fitting with the other side halfway done, and we're about to be welding our trans cross member all in a week. Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Moment of truth. There we go. 100% done. Honestly, I'm kind of lost for words right now. I am tired as hell, so yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty damn, you know what? Yeah. Guys, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned where we're going to have our custom headers built, and then we're going to jump on.
Pull the engine out. Finish the frame.
What he said. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.